when it's time to shower, just, you know, shuck it on the walls a few times, and ooh, there goes a drop right there. It's gonna be smelling like tangerine. Hey, it's Lance McGowan here, and today we're going to talk about doTERRA prices and what they don't tell you. And by they, it just means anyone that's not you, but fortunately today we're going to cover some basics, but also handle some objections and commonly made comments on my other videos about price, because this is a hot topic. Actually, it's a very common topic that comes up, and so I just wanted to address it as well. Okay, so one of the first things to keep in mind with regards to doTERRA prices, obviously there is retail, there is wholesale. So retail is just if you want to get the oils, don't want to save any money, you definitely want to work with somebody you know, like, and trust. So I do have other videos on the doTERRA retail versus wholesale side and more details as well. You can check those out. Otherwise, wholesale is just like a Costco membership. You save, and you can get your oils at a discount. Most people are just users of the oils, which is fine, and some people do the business side. Alright, so when it comes to wholesale, most people become a wholesale customer and they can get a kit and it just waives the membership fee. So it's the smartest way to get started with more oils to help with more health priorities, and that's how I got started, and that's how most of my clients get started as well, which is awesome. Lots of different kits to choose from. I do have videos of that on my channel as well. Alright, so the next thing to consider with the doTERRA prices is LRP, which stands for Loyalty Rewards Program, which is like the frequent flyer program or hotel rewards program that doTERRA has. And so it's the smartest way to save the most money. And so a lot of times people on other videos, they're like, hey, plant therapy is cheaper, or Eden's Garden is cheaper, or acacia is cheaper, or whoever's cheaper. But there's a lot of things to consider. We've got to consider if they're considering retail versus wholesale. We got to consider the bottle size, because a lot of times bottles for other companies come in different sizes besides 5 ml and 15 ml, which is kind of the standard for doTERRA. doTERRA also does have a 10 ml, and then sometimes there's bundling of certain sizes with other companies. There's also monthly specials to consider. There's quarterly specials to consider. There's the free product of the month to consider. And so, I mean, yes, we're dealing with fruit, you know, apples to oranges with regards to essential oils, but it's not always apples to apples with regards to the exact size, the special, everything that's going on, retail, wholesale. And so a lot of times people will still say, well, even with your discount, Lance, it's still cheaper with this brand. And that may be true for some oils, but not all, especially considering that doTERRA has not changed their prices on their oils for the vast majority of their oils since they started. And so if you consider how inflation goes up, right, and so our ability to spend money and get the same stuff goes down because of inflation is like roughly 2 to 4% every year, but doTERRA's prices have remained steady. So that actually means doTERRA prices are getting cheaper every year as long as they don't raise the price on specific things, which is the vast majority of their oils. And so for somebody to just look at price, I think is just being a little bit, you know, they got the blinders on, right? They're like, I'm very price sensitive, so therefore I'm going to focus on the price. But as I talk about in my other videos, it's not just price that you should consider. It's definitely service, right? Are you getting personalized support and education to know how to use your oils, the benefits of your oils? Can you use it in recipes? Can you use it in do-it-yourself ideas, right? And it's also the ability to, you know, verify testing and do a lot of that aspects. And some of the other brands do provide that, but I think, you know, what makes doTERRA unique with regards to other essential oil companies that follow more of a retail model is that personalized support and education. And then some people are like, well, there's aromatherapist, Lance, that I can call up or email or just read their blog posts or whatever, or, you know, there's, you know, I can go to their website and learn. It's like, that's fine, but I know for me, being, you know, a very human relational being, right? We're relational beings, we're human beings. We like to have a relationship with people and like talk to real people. Like, I don't want to just read a blog all the time, right? I maybe like after the fact, maybe after I've talked to somebody or something like that, that's nice. Maybe it's because they referred me to something. And so really word of mouth is the oldest form of marketing, and it's the most effective. And that's just what doTERRA taps into, because they know that, you know, if you trust your friend, your mom, your spouse, whoever it is that introduced you to the oils, then you'd be more likely to use them and maybe refer them as well, that either that person or that brand. All right, and so the other thing to consider with price, again, is I mentioned a little bit earlier, but it's the product of the month. So with doTERRA, you get a free product of the month, typically $10 to $15 in value for any 125 point order. And PV, or point value, is kind of the way that they use all that system. And it's usually about $1 per point. With all the essential oils. It's different with some of the supplements, but in general, if you just say it's $1 per point, it just keeps things simple. right? And so that's nice because it introduces you to different oils each month. And that's not, I like what I get. It's like a surprise. And then some people are like, well, I don't know how to use the oil that I got for my product of the month. And my default response to any oil I don't know how to use is take the cap off like this. When it's time to shower, just, you know, shuck it on the walls a few times. And, ooh, there goes a drop right there. It's going to be smelling like, tangerine. Okay. Love that in my water with apple cider vinegar, by the way. Very cleansing, detox, and it spices up your water. Tastes really good. Alright, it doesn't really spice it up, it just, maybe a little pizzazz. Maybe that's the phrase. Okay, it does that. Alright, anyways, you can just put it on your walls in your shower, and now you have an aromatherapy experience that makes you look forward to showering. And before, I was just kind of like, yeah, shower, you gotta clean the body. Now I'm like, alright, let's get dirty so I can get clean. Okay, that's getting awkward. Anyways, alright, and the last way that doTERRA prices can benefit you is through the quarterly specials. And so, you know, they've kind of changed a little bit with regards to their specials, but, you know, they either have buy one, get one frees, or they have, if you, you know, spend $200, you get some about $60 in free oils. And they've been, you know, consistent in the past, and sometimes it changes, but the quarterly specials are just something to look forward to. But when they do have them, it's nice to take advantage of them, especially if they're oils that you've been looking for or waiting for, or they've been on your wish list. And so, the conclusion about doTERRA prices, are they cheaper? Are they better? What's going on compared to other companies? Well, I will say, and this is what I say to kind of all the either haters or objectors or commenters who are for or against doTERRA or on the fence looking in like, oh snap, what's going on in this conversation? Basically I say is price is only one factor to consider. You got to look at the service that's being provided as well as the quality of the products and how to verify the testing. So those three things right there are all things that should be considered, and not just putting price on a pedestal as the most important thing. And the reason for that is because, let's be real, right? Let's have a moment of realness. How much do you spend on vacations? How much do you spend on your car payment? How much do you spend on your cell phone bill? How much do you spend on fast food, restaurants, clothing, right? That's 6 things. Not trying to throw a conviction bomb on you, but like, what are you spending on all those things? And I guarantee they're more than a bottle of essential oil. And then somebody will quickly say, well, Lance, oils are different than a vacation. Come on now. But it's not different with regards to where that money's coming from. It's coming out of your either credit card or bank account. And at the end of the day, there's only a limited amount of funds, and there's only so many things that you can spend money on besides bills. And that comes down to what you value. And so the doTERRA price question is more of a value question. Do you value your health and the product and understand its use and benefits enough to exchange your money for that product because you believe the product is worth more than your money? Getting deep on you right now, right? We throwing some stuff to think about. And so that's what I think about. And more than just the price, I'm voting for that business to stay in business. I'm voting with my money, voting with my dollars to say, hey, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to be a part of. I want to be independent with my health. I want to improve my lifestyle and quality of life and really live that wellness lifestyle that I talk about. And so I don't want to just be a talker, I want to be a doer, right? And so that is what it's all about. So hopefully that's helped a little bit. If you were a doTERRA hater, maybe you'll hate doTERRA less. If you're a doTERRA lover, I love you. And if you're on the fence, maybe this just confused you even further. But if that was the case, I apologize. But if it's helped you, then awesome. Make sure to check out the other links in the description below. Hit the like button if you did. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button too for future video updates. And we'll see you in the next video.